Hi everybody, thanks for joining Create with Dee. Today I'm excited to share with you a cute little project. It's a card holder box that you can use to hold a collection of cards, whether you're wanting to store them yourself or to give them as a gift. So let's get started making this cute project. I'll list off the cardstock and the designer series, what they are and the sizes here to start with. So there's quite a few little layering elements. First of all, I've got a piece of soft suede. This is going to be the outside of our box here. So that measures, the outside is 10 1/4 by 6, and it's scored at 4 1/2 and 5 5/8. Then for the pocket on the inside, we need a piece of cardstock cut at 11 by 4. And it's scored along the long side at 2 1/4, 3 1/4, 7 3/4, and 8 3/4. And then you turn it and you score at 1 inch along the long side, along the 11-inch side. Okay, so that's what's going to make the inside pocket. And then for the outside matting of our project here, we've got I'm using Old Olive. You can also use Mossy Meadow. It's what matches the designer series paper. Both of those tones are in there. But I happen to have Old Olive. And this outside layering one is 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. And then the End of the Woods designer series paper, it's cut at 4 by 5 1/2. For the inside pocket, to kind of jazz up the pocket front, this is Old Olive again, and this is cut at 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, and the Into the Woods layering piece at 4 by 2 1/2. And then the belly band, this is where we're needing our 12 by 12s. This is a 12 by 12 Rich Razzleberry. You can get the 12 by 12 Brights collection and get that. And then another, and this one is cut at 12 by 2 1/2, Into the Woods designer paper, 12 by 2 1/4. Okay, so that's all of the dimensions, and now let's assemble this box. Okay, so I'm going to start with the outside box, and again, this is the soft suede, and I'm going to get my bone folder and get some nice crisp folds on this. That's it for the outside of the box. It doesn't get any easier than that. So that one's done. I told you this is easy. Easy, easy peasy. Okay, so now I'm going to start giving a nice good burnish using my bone folder. Oops. I almost started to fold where there wasn't anything to fold. So getting all of those score lines that I've talked about. Oh my gosh. That'll be my inside. My nail polish rubbed off on that. Have to be a little more careful with it. I did a quick touch up before the video, and I should have put a clear coat on it too so it wouldn't do that. Okay, so I've got my inside pocket. Now what we want to do is where the 1-inch fold line intersects the other fold lines, we're going to take our paper snips and just cut along this. This will form our box bottom on the inside of our card holder. Okay, so when you're done, you're going to want to fold those tab lines up, and we're going to put some adhesive on these sections. So I've got my tear and tape on the flaps as shown here. But before we put that together, it's just easier to decorate the front of the box before you have it in 3D mode. And so what I'm going to do is take my inside layering pieces, and using snail adhesive, we'll go ahead and do the layering elements. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, gosh, Dee, I don't really care to use snail adhesive because I find that it falls off over time. My tip for using snail adhesive is that you want to burnish the tape, because what that means is I'm applying enough pressure so that you get good contact. And if you do that with your snail adhesive, if you happen to have issues with it falling off over time, just take your bone folder and make sure you get that nice good contact on it. Okay, so that's my tip, and that's going to go in this front. So we just made that front little flap there. And so now I'm going to, again, turn over, and now we can make our box, or our little, the holder for the inside. And I'll show you just on a couple of these about taking the tear and tape off. So what I want to do first on these little tabs here are I'm going to fold them inward like this to match up the side panels. So it's going to cover that. And now on the inside, when we, I'll take the tape off of that, fold that in, and line that up. So it's going to look like this. So this is going to be the back side that'll go against our card holder. And don't worry that it doesn't overlap or anything. That's okay, because this is going to be the back side. So I'll go ahead and do a couple of the taping off camera. It's called tear and tape because it's just that. It's tape that you can measure and easily tear. You don't need scissors. You can just finger tear it. And again, here's the seam. And what I like to do is just run the tape all the way around the edges of it. And then this is just similar to what the red line tape, the sticky strip that we used to carry. You just peel off each layer. All right, so I have all of the tape backing off of it. So I've got the adhesive. Now I'm going to take my, I guess the card box outside, and I'm going to line up my little pouch holder here at the bottom. And what I like to do is kind of get it close here to the side of the seam, but I don't want any of it hanging out. Okay, so I've got it. That looks good. Okay, so now when I close it, everything's nice and sturdy. And I'm going to take my bone folder and go on the inside and press, and again get that good contact. And that's it. That's our little card holder. And then the rest of it is just dressing it up. And probably just like on here where I put the designer series paper and the cardstock layer on first, probably would want to do that first on here, but I'll just quickly go ahead and get that on so we can move to the belly band. And again, I'm feeling comfortable with using my snail, just making sure I give that a good burnish. The other adhesive that I use a lot is Tombow, the multi-purpose glue. Love that. So I kind of alternate between the two. It kind of just depends on what mood I'm in. Okay, so that's the front of it. I mean, really, this card holder goes together so quickly. I can so see using this for all occasions, but especially if I'm giving note cards at the holiday season. Okay, so now it's on to the belly band. And so again, I'm going to go ahead and use my snail. You could use Tombow, the multi-purpose glue. And I'm going to layer the Into the Woods Designer Series paper onto the rich raspberry cardstock. Try to get that centered. Did okay, I won't redo it, we're on camera here. But I wanted to show you this little tip about getting it to wrap around. What I like to do is, kind of eyeball it and get it centered. And then just kind of loosely wrap it around. And you can see where it's going to meet. And then once you get it a little tighter, you can sit here and finger press ever so slightly where the creases are going to be. Because it's too hard to measure and get that exact, so I just finger press it so I can get the general idea of where the fold is. And then once I do that, go ahead and get, once again, that good burnish on it. So we'll do this side. I think that moved on me just slightly. And if you need to rewrap it to kind of get the idea of it, you want to do it down here. Let's see. Again, see, I'm going to finger press it and then take it off. So now when we wrap it around, we're going to have that nice custom fit to it. And then I'm going to add some tear tape to the back to secure the ends. And then, as you can see here on my sample, I took some of the new cotton ribbon that we have. This is the Rich Raspberry Cotton Ribbon. That's part of the Into the Woods Designer Series paper series. And again, we're going to put a strip of the tear and tape along the back, and actually you could put it right in the center of your ribbon to secure that onto the belly band. And then tie your bow as you see here on my sample. And then you are all done. So I just absolutely love this card holder box, and this is one that I had in my, I uncovered it from years and years ago. Not even sure, where it's from, but I've had it in my, repertoire, but kind of had forgotten about it. And now what's old is new again. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching this tutorial. And if you would like to see how I made the cards, please go on over to my blog site, and I've got the instructions on how to make this cute and easy card set that features the stamp set, A Corny Thank You. Thanks for watching, everybody, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.